We begin today's show in Britain, where a longtime socialist MP, Jeremy Corbyn, has just been elected leader of the opposition Labour Party after running on an anti-war, anti-austerity, pro-refugee platform. When Corbyn first announced his candidacy 3 months ago, odds makers put the odds of his winning at 200 to 1. But on Saturday, Jeremy Corbyn won in a landslide, receiving 59% of the vote. He'll succeed Ed Miliband, who quit after the Conservatives retained power in the May's elections. Corbyn addressed supporters at a victory celebration on Saturday.
This week, the Tories will show what they're really made of. On Monday, they have the trade union bill designed to undermine even the ILO conventions and shackle democratic unions and destroys another element of democracy within our society. We have to oppose that. They're also pushing the welfare reform bill, which will bring such misery and poverty to so many of the poorest in our society. I want us as a movement to be proud, strong and able to stand up and say, we want to live in a society where we don't pass by on the other side of those people rejected by an unfair welfare system. Instead, we reach out to end the scourge of homelessness and desperation that so many people face in our society. We're strong enough and big enough and able to do that. That is what we're about.
Jeremy Corbyn has been a member of the House of Commons since 1983. He has a long history of voting against his Labour Party, which had moved considerably to the right under Tony Blair and Gordon Brown. Corbyn's victory presages the prospect of a return to the party's socialist roots, championing the renationalization of public transportation, free university tuition, rent control, and a national maximum wage to cap the salaries of high earners. For our American audience, Tarek, is Jeremy Corbyn becoming leader of the Labour Party with these 200 to 1 odds about 3 months ago, equivalent to Bernie Sanders winning the Democratic nomination for president, the socialist senator from Vermont?
Well, it is very similar, Amy, except that Jeremy is very good on foreign policy issues. I mean, he's been very strong attacking all the imperial wars. He's been very strong on the right of the Palestinians to national self-determination. He has denounced wars, and as we heard earlier, he has linked the refugee crisis to the wars that are creating refugees. And Bernie is, of course, been very good attacking the corporations and the oligarchic aspects of American political and social life. So in that sense, he is similar, but he's been very reluctant on foreign policy issues. Nonetheless, it would be the equivalent, you're right, that if somehow Bernie Sanders became the official candidate of the Democratic Party to take on the Republicans, I mean, people would be squealing with anger, the traditional elites, but it would be a step forward. And that step has already been taken now in England.
This is Corbyn debating at the venerable Oxford Union in November of 2013 that socialism works.
If you want to live in a decent world, then is it right that the world's economy is dominated by a group of unaccountable multinational corporations? They are the real power in the world today, not the nation state. It's the global corporations. And if you want to look at the victims of the ultimate of this free market catastrophe that the world is faced with at the moment, go to the shanty towns on the fringes of so many big cities around the world. Look at those people, migrants dying in the Mediterranean trying to get to Lampedusa. Why are they there? Why are they dying? Why are they living in such poverty? I'll tell you this. It's when the World Bank arrives and tells them to privatise all public services, to sell off state-owned land, to make inequality a paragon of virtue. That is what drives people away now, and into danger and poverty. And I will conclude with this thought. Think about the world you want to live in. Do you want the dog to eat the dog, or do you want us all to care for each other, support each other, and eliminate poverty and injustice? A different world is possible. Thank you.
That was Jeremy Corbyn. By the way, his argument won.